Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the greatest channel on YouTube. We're uploading videos on this channel when we get the time to do so. I love uploading on this channel, by the way, so I appreciate all you guys that show love to the videos. We're going to be talking back in the football world today. I made a video about Copa America a couple of weeks ago. I think a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I did a preview on it, and I was talking about, look, if I have one pick that's like kind of a dark horse to win this tournament, it's Colombia. And a lot of people were like, oh, he's going to jinx it. They look insane. Now, I want to talk a little bit more and break down this team a little bit because they're special. They're really, 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 really special. They had an insane goal yesterday as well. I think it was goal 4, goal 5. Just one of the craziest footballing goals I have seen in a long time. I'll put it out on my Twitter tonight. I can't show it for copyright purposes, but look, the United States is a team that has performed well against some really top teams in large competitions. We could look at maybe the recent World Cup where I thought they played really well. I think a lot of people have looked at it like they actually played with England, whether you thought they played a little worse, a little better. They were really in that match. Obviously, it didn't go so well versus the Netherlands, but the U.S. also have a lot of really good players right now. They're not, I think, a favorite for this Copa America, but I do think there was a lot of Americans that were looking at the U.S. to actually maybe overperform a little bit in this tournament. They've been really in control of beating Mexico recently, which is their largest rival, I guess, if you look at like CONCACAF. And Mexico, almost just had Brazil drop points to took a last-minute game winner. And so I think a lot of people have been a little bit more high on the U.S. And, bro, Colombia is just that team right now. I'm telling you, they haven't lost in 20 games. They're unbeaten in 13 away games. They are in unbelievable form. I mean, heading into this match, they always close this poll on FootMob right before the match, starts. The U.S. was 56% favorite out of 25, almost 26,000 votes. And the way Colombia did this, man, they just went killer instinct. They're up 2-0, conceded 1. They just scored 3 on the bounce at the end of the game. Just Colombia at the moment, I think they actually haven't even lost. It might be more. They might not have even lost till the beginning of 2023. We'll look at that in a minute. You look up just kind of lineup-wise. I know because people look at this Copa America tournament, they think of Argentina with Messi and company. They just coming off winning that World Cup. They look at Brazil, all those superstars. Look, me personally, I think it as an objective viewpoint, I want to see Brazil do well. I like Vinny a lot. I like a lot of the players they have. I just don't know if Brazil is that team collectively right now. I think a lot of times they are succeeding a lot with Neymar, and then Neymar gets injured, and they don't know how to play without Neymar, and then he's back, and he's not back. He's not with them this tournament. I did not love the fact that it took that last-minute goal against Mexico. I don't think Mexico has been playing well recently. So this tournament, for me, I'm looking at this tournament, and I'm thinking, okay, you have your established veterans, your favorite teams, which is going to be Argentina, Brazil. That's recently, and most of this tournament, outside of maybe Chile, who's in that like kind of group, the favorites for this. But you've got these two other teams this tournament that I think are huge threats, and that's Uruguay. With the new manager, we know how he plays, and we know how they're playing, bro. They just went and beat, I think it was Mexico. We'll look at that 1 second just to kind of talk over it. 4-0, and I think Darwin had a hat trick. I want to fact check that, but that's crazy, right? And Uruguay has been in sensational form in the qualifiers and everything. I think they dropped the game recently. And then you have Colombia. Those two teams, for me, if we want to take away superstar, we want to take away expectations, we want to take away all that, objectively, I think Colombia and Uruguay are the most informed teams going into this tournament. I think they're probably overall the most fit. And just, man, like chemistry-wise, the way these two teams are playing, I can't even believe James is like still playing. I don't even know. It's crazy to me. But we look at this Colombia lineup. Look, it's no crazy lineup. But again, international is not about that. We've seen so many super teams, even at the club level, not work out. It's not all about that. It's about the camaraderie. It's about how they play together. The U.S. had a terrible match yesterday. The U.S. affirmed for me that they are not good enough to win this tournament. They're not even really that close, unless they just come out there and say they really weren't trying. But we look at the teams these teams started with. And I know you're looking at Colombia saying, are you serious, man? You're telling me that team's going to win Copa? But the way this team plays, if you go watch some of their goals yesterday, man, it's crazy. And to beat U.S. 5-1, look, anyone saying that teams aren't trying in an international friendly the week before a major tournament, you're crazy. These teams are 100% trying. They're trying to find their footing. They're trying to figure out how they're going to play. Now, Colombia, they're at, I don't really believe in FIFA World Rankings. They were ranked 3rd in 2016. They're really delayed. Like, for example, Colombia should be ranked higher than they are right now. They're in great form. I don't even know what Uruguay's ranked. I don't think they're probably that high either. They should be higher. Colombia have not lost, right? They've had some draws. They haven't lost, guys, since February 1st, 2022. Do you know how crazy that is? That's the last time they lost a game. That's crazy. Like, really crazy. And they've played some decent teams on here since then, right? They played the U.S., they played Mexico, they played Germany, they played Uruguay, they played Brazil. I mean, it's an impressive run here. We're going to talk about a specific game right now, and that specific game is Spain. I think Spain are also, if we're talking Euros, a team that are being super slept on, like super slept on. Because I don't feel like in that tournament this year, the teams that are super favored are actually that much better than the teams right below that. So I think Spain, with the style they play, they can compete with anyone. I really feel that way. I think Spain is one of those teams that on their day, they could go and do it. So to get this result is equally impressive. And I think what's equally impressive in these games is Colombia don't necessarily dictate the full-on possession. They really make a lot of their chances count, right? And that's really what they went ahead. This game, to me, this result here was very impressive. I think Colombia is going to be a team that really surprises us. We even go back to, I'm sure many of you remember this. Again, look at how they're doing this. Let the other team have the ball, and not too much. It's not like we're Burnley and we're playing City and we're going to let them have 80%. 60% for Brazil. This game was crazy. A lot of you remember this game. Diaz had 2 crazy goals in this one, and they win 2-1. 23 shots, 10 shots on target. A very clinical attacking team, the way they go for it. They played Uruguay. Darwin had a goal in the last minute to tie it up. Uruguay, for me, again, FIFA number 15. That's a joke. And this game was in the qualification at the end of 2023. Both these teams are incredible, but even then, you could argue they could have had this one. They beat Germany, which was, yes, again, we're going back to last summer, but Germany look, Germany had 4 shots, 1 on target in this game, all the possession. So Colombia is a very disciplined team in that way, and that's why I think, look, this team for me, watch out for this team. They are in a group with Brazil, Costa Rica, Paraguay, which means for me, obviously the top 2, I think they're getting that done, bro. They're not going to struggle, in my opinion, against Costa Rica and Paraguay. And I don't want to be the guy that's jinxing this team, but I'm telling you right now, if you get one thing from this video, please watch out. Watch this team in this tournament. They play some amazing football. I've gotten the pleasure to watch, I think, 2 of their last 3 games. They are incredible. And when I look at this tournament and seeing them beat the U.S., who is, in that group with Uruguay as a favorite for sure, them and Uruguay should come out of that. And winning 5-1 the week before this tournament is crazy. Crazy, bro. You know what? I don't count me surprised if Group D, we see a Colombia-Brazil draw and or Colombia beating Brazil and they top the group. Don't count me surprised. They're going to have a lot of support also in the U.S. for sure. They're gonna have that support. That's not like, hey, we're hosting this tournament and there's all this pressure on us, but they will be having support 100% in the U.S. At this tournament. So watch out for these guys, man. I'm excited to see what happens in this tournament. But a lot of people have been asking for like predictions and thoughts on teams. Look, Colombia and Uruguay, I just specifically wanted to make a video appreciating Colombia. What I saw yesterday, I could sit here as an American and sit on here and be negative about the U.S., but the fact of the matter is, the U.S. is just not on the level of Colombia. We need to appreciate how good Colombia is heading into this tournament. I swear, I hope I don't look like a meme, after this tournament and Colombia is getting cooked because they've done everything right going into this tournament as a squad. They've done everything right. They are performing at an extremely high level. They've got one more friendly against Bolivia next Saturday, who is in Copa America, and then they go and they play Paraguay and Costa Rica the first 2, which is nice because in their current form, that scheduling is actually really good for them. I actually think it's even better for Brazil because I think Brazil is going to get a couple games to kind of figure themselves out a little bit. And I think Colombia, if they saw Brazil in the first round, we could see Colombia killing Brazil in terms of goal difference. I really believe that too. I know you're going to think I'm crazy for saying that, and love and respect to Brazil, but that's probably actually better for Brazil. It can grow into the game a little bit, get a little more into the tournament. So let's see how Colombia does, man. This is we're getting close to that time, but watch out for this team, man. They are truly, truly different. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Have a good one.